Excellent, guys. So I want to welcome everybody here. I don't know, Derek, if you just want to pull your slides up on the screen there. So we want to welcome you here to our truly collections, our overall training for our business partners and founding partners. And really, this is where we come together as a collective and we hone in our skill set. And we also, this is where a safe place that you can bring your new founding partners into the group where we can coach them, teach them, and help them as they move forward. So, in this blueprint for success, we're covering the ABCs of a simple strategy to grow and succeed. Focus on building skills, connecting with your people, and developing lasting relationships. And I'll let Derek dive into that in more detail as we move forward. So, I'm just seeing. I think the presentation mode might be at the very bottom there, Derek. I've seen something at the bottom there. Just next, go over another two there, over to the right. Next one, try. I'll just hover over there. There you go. Perfect. You might
There you go. Thank you very much, Coleman.
over and back to
Glad
you.
to see you all here today. Coleman, you want to do it? Did you do an intro? I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Intro there. So as I said, this is our blueprint for success. We're going to be covering the ABCs of a simple strategy and strategies to grow and succeed your business. Now it's focused on building skill sets, connecting with your people, engaging your people, and developing lasting relationships. It's continuous. We're going to do this on a weekly basis every Monday to support you. We'll do check-ins. We'll then do follow-ups and regular review progress and address challenges that the community is facing. Also, as you know, we've got our WhatsApp groups. We now have a corporate Facebook group and a lot of different things that are put in place. So what I'll do is I'm going to drop it over there to Derek, and I'll let Derek jump in there. And this will be interaction. We'll be looking for you guys to interact with us today. It's important that we create an interaction as we move forward. So over and back to you, Derek.
Thank you, Coleman, and thank you everyone for attending tonight. Yeah, we put this together really to try and cover the basics. And it's always the basics and the productive things that we need to do that's important. And so we thought we'd follow through with this brief. The first few slides is just really giving an overview of what we're going to cover today. So the first is about relationship marketing, contacting, inviting, and follow-ups, about how we contact, what we say, what we do, etc. And following up with engagement through the videos. Remember last week we talked about letting people see the 3 videos. At the end of this presentation, we will play those 3 videos so you actually can understand, if you haven't seen them, what we're presenting. And the whole point about that is really to enable a conversation with you and the person you've sent the videos to. So that's the first step. Then the second bit we're going to be covering is introduction to relationship marketing, about relationship market focus on building long-term meaningful connections rather than one-time transactions. Remember, this is not a sales business. This is a business where you actually build a community of people who are going to be with us long-term. And if the fact that we're drinking the water, for example, you know, that's the most important part of this, if you like, with the Manoj business as well, what he's looking to do with the 99% profit. This is not a short-term thing, it's a long-term thing. So we'll be getting to know each other better. And I expect a few more videos open later on when we open up for discussion so people can actually get to see you. Even if you don't want to talk, just at least open your video up so we can see who you are. And we'll get to know each other over time. And the stronger this group, the more we'll know about each other and different people. And don't hesitate to talk to each other. If you strike a thing with somebody, you see somebody and say, oh, I can relate to that person, even if he's not in your group or she's not in your group, you can actually make contact with that person and start developing a relationship. So why it matters to develop trust, loyalty, and solid foundation for future engagements. Today's focus, contacting, inviting with the videos, content, and following up is to sustain engagement. Also, we'll be doing a bit of role playing. At this stage, Coleman and I will be doing some role playing. We might ask 1 or 2 of you to join in if you wish. None of everything we do is we're not one of those magic shows that jumps on people and says, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. We're actually here to help you get confidence, help you, you know, want to say something if you do or don't. Okay. So the first bit is introducing the concept. So the concept today is sharing the opportunity. So the discovery phase is the first part, understanding where people are. Start with basic chit chat, rapport, creating comfortable atmosphere, key questions. How's your life treating you at the moment? What are you up to these days? The whole point about this really is to get to know where people are, because if you don't know where they are, how do you know where to point them and what direction to point them? An example, for example, the other day I was speaking to somebody and they'd been introduced to me to a three-way call, and it's no fault of anyone's. If anyone's fault, it's maybe me for not making sure that people are trained properly to set the whole thing up properly in terms of the three-way call. But the person came in wanting to pitch me on their opportunity. Now, remember, if somebody wants you to pitch you on their opportunity when you've actually shown them the 3 videos, then I suggest you actually ask them other questions to find out if they're interested at all. And one way might be if they're doing quite well for themselves, for example, they might look at the philanthropic part of this business. So, ask them if they saw the videos, ask them what they thought of it, ask them if it's something they'd like to get involved in. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can pitch the business or the other side of the business to them. What it means is they can help, introduce people who can help towards the profit making, which is going to help the Manoj project. So we're going to show you how to transition into sharing the concept, the videos, etc., because it's important to do this in a very casual way. We're not salespeople. We're not trained salespeople. A lot of the people who are trained salespeople need to sometimes untrain themselves because they're so used to selling that they think this is the same thing, and it's not. Because if you build it in a sales-like way, you'll have a sales-like business, which is not very sustainable. So it's important to understand how we're building the relationships and introducing the concept people to people. And it's important to listen to people. That's probably the most important part of this. If you listen to people and what they have to say, I always say to people, even in sales, if you're talking to somebody, and you're listening to what they have to say, they will tell you how to sell them, if you like. They will tell you how to actually approach them in a different way, because they'll give you the answers. They might say something like, yeah, I'm struggling at the moment with my paying the bills every month. And at some point you can actually say, so is that something you'd like to make a difference? Would you like to make a difference to that? Would you like to have an impact on that? There's lots of little things you can say when people give you the answers that you're looking for. And don't forget, there are people out there who are not really looking and not hungry. And these people can be the people that can be not now. I never ever call somebody a no, because I never ask people whether they're interested or not. I leave it for them to sort of be in that situation where I often say to people, look, this may not be for you at this moment in time, but can I keep in touch and get back to you in 6 months' time maybe? And your situation might be different, or you might be looking for something else, or you just want to let you know how I'm doing, and you can let me know how you're doing. So it's easy to sort of keep the conversation going. Never get to the stage where somebody says no and then flatly refuses to talk to you, and then you have a situation where you've got all this rejection, and then your confidence goes and you don't know what to say next. You should never put yourself in that position. And again, with the trainings we're doing and everything, we'll hopefully get through that and help you overcome all those different things. So just going through a bit of this to break up the monotony that we're I don't want to be reading all night. I'll just ask Coleman if have you got your mic on at the moment, Coleman?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say Coleman's a friend, and Coleman, I'm going to give you a bit of scenario. You're a friend. We haven't spoken for a long time, maybe 2 or 3 years. And I'm going to chat to you. I initially started with a little message on WhatsApp, and I said, "Hi, Coleman. It's a long time since we've spoken. Can we get together, have a chat?" And usually I do it on WhatsApp initially, the chat, and then I take it onto Zoom. The reason why I take it into Zoom is because I want to see Coleman. I want to see what he's doing and how he reacts to everything I say. It's a lot easier to face somebody. And if it's face to face in a Zoom call or at somebody's house or at your house, it's a lot easier, or at a hotel. It doesn't really matter where. It's a lot easier to read body language than it is to necessarily read messages. One thing I have noticed is when people send messages to each other, it's often the case where the messages are interpreted wrongly, and unfortunately people upset people because they think somebody said something that they didn't say, and actually it was just them being short because they were busy or they had something else going on in their life, and you then took it wrongly. So I think personally it's important not to try and leave it in that sort of chat mode. And for some people, it's very difficult to get into a conversation. So what I'm going to do today is attempt to make it as easy as possible for you. So let's go back to that. So I call Clement on WhatsApp, let's say this time, not on a Zoom. And I say, okay, so I'll do it from now then. So Coleman, how are you?
Not too bad, Derek. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Unfortunately, I don't know whether you'd heard or not, but about 20 months ago, I had a bit of an operation. I had an open heart surgery and bypass surgery. So that's probably why I haven't actually managed to keep in touch with you. I don't know if I told you about that or you heard about it. Did you?
I didn't. Wow, that's serious. So how are you feeling now? How's things?
Yeah, I'm a lot better. Yeah, had you taught me 6 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to speak because of my breathing problems, etc. But I'm feeling fantastic now, and day by
That's
day,
good.
I'm feeling better all the time. So, what are you up to at the moment, Colvin?
Keeping busy. I'm always keeping my head above water now. So I
Yeah.
was
So
a
you're
lot of
working long hours still, or?
be more kind of streamlined now at this stage.
Uh-huh.
Working
So
from home,
what
working from
what's
home a
life
lot.
like? What's life looking at the moment? Are you looking to get more time or money or anything like that?
I think most people would be looking to have more time. Anyway, it would be important.
Okay. So more time's important to you. What particular reasons do you want more time for?
Suppose if you get more time, you're able to enjoy family life and spend time with the people that are important to you and do a bit of
Uh-huh.
travel.
Okay, yeah. So you like traveling?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any places in mind? If money was no objects, what places would you go to?
I'd say I'd be thinking about going to Spain. And eventually, I'd like to move and live over there. That's the
Uh-huh.
plan.
Okay. That sounds good. Any particular place in Spain?
Anywhere there's a bit of sun.
Okay. So at the moment, what's stopping you going to Spain then?
I suppose the financial would be an aspect, but
Uh-huh.
then also tied in work-wise, there's
Yeah.
a lot of
Okay. So
restraints that
you
way.
need the finances really to get over there. Okay. So what are you looking to do in Spain? What sort of place are you looking to stay in? Would it be on a beachfront, mountains? Where would you be?
Definitely by a beach close to water.
You like to be on the beach, yeah? Beach view. Okay. That could cost a pretty penny. Okay, good. So what's your plan now? What are your plans in terms of achieving that? And have you got a sort of date stamp on it? What is your timeline for that?
I'd definitely like to be doing that within the next 12 to 24 months.
12 to 24 months. Okay, so have you got some plan in place already for that?
I'm kind of in looking mode at the moment. I'm still looking at different opportunities, hoping that there's stuff that I can do remotely.
Okay, and how's that going?
Not as good as I thought it would. A bit
Okay,
difficult, but getting there step
okay.
by step.
Okay. Well, listen, Coleman, I'll get straight to the point. Okay. I've just recently had been impacted by viewing some videos, one in particular, and it's had a massive impact on my life. Is it all right if I share those? There's only three short videos. Share those three videos with you, and we'll call. I'll call you back in a few days' time. When did you watch them? They're about, I suppose, a total of half an hour, maybe time, because you're not going to watch them one after the other. So let's say half hour. When can you spare half an hour?
I suppose it depends. It's not one of those pyramid type scheme things, is it?
Now, what do you know about pyramids or those pyramid schemes? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you know about them?
I suppose would be where people are bringing in people and bringing in other people, and they benefit from doing nothing.
Oh, right. No, I wouldn't be involved in anything like that, Coleman. That sounds illegal to me. So listen, the only reason I'm saying this to you because it made a massive impact on me, and I think bearing in mind you want to achieve something within the next 24 months, it may be something that might get you there. So I can't promise anything, but if you have a look at the 3 videos first, would that be fair?
Yeah, that would be okay. Yeah.
And then we can discuss it. Okay, so you know you can ask me all the questions you want after that. So it doesn't matter. At least you've seen what I've seen. Like I said, the first video, which really made an impact on me, is this multi-billionaire who's done a lot with his life, and I want you to see what he's done. And then another 2 videos. Just have a look at those as well, and then we can have a chat. So when can you spare half an hour? I mean, can you spare it now?
Yeah, if you send those across to me, I'll have a look at them now. Yeah.
You're free now. Okay, so tell you what then, let's jump on a Zoom call and I'll share the 3 videos with you so we can actually discuss it straight after you've watched them, and then it saves a lot of time going backwards and forwards, etc. So I'll give you my Zoom link if that's okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'll give you a Zoom link and over to the videos. Now, the reason Coleman didn't know I was going to steer him that way, by the way. That is the way I promote it mostly. And I tell you why, it's the fastest way to get the most results. Okay. So if you have challenge with that, then, you know, get a time off the person, find out when they're available. I always give people a choice of 2. So I'll say, okay, when are you free, Coleman? This afternoon, tomorrow, or tomorrow, the day after. Then I'll narrow it down. Is it morning or afternoon? And then I say, what time do you think you'll be able to watch them? I get a specific time. The reason for this is, you know, how people leave things. They leave something with somebody and they'll say, I'll get back to you. Okay. And then inevitably it either doesn't happen, or you just wait for them to call you back. And that can go on forever. So you haven't crossed them off the list, then they're not not now, they're not a person who's following through. They're just ambling along in your mind and their mind, and they don't know whether they need to get back to you because they may not be at the stage you want them to be. So it's always important to narrow that down to, okay, Coleman, look, listen, when are you free, today or tomorrow? And then Coleman will tell me, when are you free, Coleman, today or tomorrow? Which is better for you for that extra half hour?
Yeah, sometime tomorrow, anytime
Tomorrow,
after.
okay.
Perfect.
Afternoon or morning, when's better?
Afternoon.
Afternoon, what time would you say?
Anytime after 3 o'clock would be good.
3 o'clock. Okay, so shall we say 3:30?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, so you'll watch it between 3:30 and 4, and that'll give you more than enough time to watch all 3 videos. And then I will call you at 4:30 just to answer all the questions and see what you liked about the videos. Yeah?
Yeah, perfect.
Is that
Sounds
all right
good.
with you? Okay, brilliant. And that's it, job done. Then you get back to the person at the specific time. Can you see how it's narrowed everything down? Okay, it's tomorrow. It's at 3:30. He's watching. I'm not leaving it to him. When you give something to somebody, they will never watch it unless you give them a purpose or reason to watch it. Also, I introduced the fact that, you know, his idea of getting to Spain in 24 months might have an answer in what we've got to share. So straight away he's got in his mind, oh right, okay, so this might be something. All right, brilliant. I'll watch it. And it's not a pyramid because he already narrowed that down. And basically, you know, everyone knows that pyramids are illegal. Well, most affiliate-based businesses are not illegal, so it's not a pyramid. Always ask people what they know about pyramids. Okay, I had somebody once say to me, and this is the complete opposite of what I expected. He said to me, "Is it a pyramid?" I said, "Oh, well, that's interesting thing you brought up. What's the pyramid? What do you know about pyramids?" He said, "Oh, a friend of mine got in one of those pyramids, and they made a lot of money." And then I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. This is capable of making a lot of money as well." So I didn't say it was or wasn't, but the point is, they thought positively about pyramids, even though they're illegal, and they didn't just understand what a pyramid was. So that was the thing. So basically, the idea here is to actually, you know, discover what people want and really learn about them, become friendly. This part, probably the discovery part, is probably the most important part. You know, to get to know them, build a rapport, and it could be a friend, it could be a stranger, it could be anyone. The point is, a stranger is only a stranger until they get to know you better. So it's important for you to have some sort of relationship with that person so that they begin to trust you. If you can't get that, then you're always going to be a salesman in their eyes. It's really important. And if you still feel like you're a salesman, then don't broach the subject. just carry on and talk about other things. Remember, you haven't got to get every single person into this business. Okay, there's only going to be a few people, and those few people are going to get few people, and so on. So it doesn't take a lot to grow a big business. It just takes a few to get a few. You haven't got to get thousands of people in. You know, the thousands come in through people getting people. So it's important to actually go through this bit and actually, you know, talk about them and listen more than talk. You know, listen, and keep listening until they tell you everything they need to tell you, so that you actually learn more about them. Start with small talk. It's always the best way. It's been a while. Everything going okay? I saw your recent post, for example. If you're talking to somebody who's done a post, it looked amazing. You know, be observant, comment on anything that people have shared in their family, their interests, etc. And if you carry on nodding through that process, again, the reason I get onto a Zoom is I make it a very positive event. So I'm always nodding when I'm talking. And the reason for that is that they then feel positive about everything you're saying. If the reverse is opposite too, this is also important too. If you start saying no or shaking your head, then it makes it a very negative thing. So maintain eye contact as well, which is important, you know, and let them speak without interruption. Sometimes we're so eager to share what we've got that we garble over people. And I say this to people. Some people come into this really excited about what we've got in our hands. And it's like going down to a duck pond, right? You throw a few crumbs and all the ducks come towards you, right? You wouldn't throw a whole loaf of bread on a duck and knock it out, would you? Because that's what we sometimes do. We don't understand we're doing it because we've just given too much information too quickly. And that's why I say the 3 videos are enough. You haven't got to explain about how hydration works, etc. I got 3 people in this week without even talking about the water. What was on the videos was enough. The more intelligent we are sometimes, the more we think we need to know. And unfortunately, that is a bit of a holdback. And people, unfortunately, who are like that tend to not understand that they're holding themselves back by literally wanting to know everything about the compensation plan, everything about the water and how it works. You don't need to know that. You always know people who can give that information to you if you really need it. Get on a 3-way call with myself, with Steve, with Huck Coleman, any other leaders in the business, and they'll be able to help your friend understand more about that. So it's important at this stage to actually just keep everything very, very simple and very down to earth. Be genuine with the people that you're talking to. It's really important, keep that. Think about it as a meeting with a friend in your front room. That's how comfortable it should be. It shouldn't be something that you worry about either. Just be inquisitive about other people without being too. Don't turn it into a sort of a trial. Don't turn it into something where an interview where you're trying to get everything out of them. Just try and talk normally, but get the questions answered. And like I did with Coma, I just went in from one thing to the other. Obviously, it wouldn't be that short in normal cases. It'd be a lot longer. I'll give you an example. I spoke to somebody the other day. He was a millionaire at one stage, and he's living in the Riviera in France. And unfortunately, he like many others put a lot of money into some crypto deal and lost a lot. But he's not insolvent. He's still got money. He's still able to cope, but he can't have the sort of lifestyle he had. So again, I didn't sort of go into anything about this opportunity, etc. What I did is I say, look, listen, I can't promise you anything, but I'd like to introduce you to a few projects that I'm on, and I sent him 3 videos. And the thing is, the good thing about that is now I get back to him tomorrow. I can find out what he thought and what he thinks. So again, you don't know who's where and where they are until you talk to them. People won't divulge what's going on in their lives until they know that they or feel they can trust you. It's the old saying, people don't really care who you are or what you say until they know you care. And if you care and show them that you care, they'll let you know lots of stuff. People are very, very open sometimes. And again, you might find some people are very closed. And if they're very closed, sometimes it's not worth pursuing. Again, understand this. You're not there to make a sale. You're there to make a friend. And I always say to people, if this business is long term, think about the people you're talking to. Are they people you'd want to be on holiday with? Because there will come a time maybe in the future, and I've done this so many times where I've gone on holidays with people I've built businesses with, and it's important that you get people you like, know, and trust. That's what it's all about. So you talk about life in general. How's things going on at the moment? What keeping you busy these days? You could talk about work related, family related things. Are you still enjoying your work? What's your day to day been looking like lately? Talk about dreams, talk about growth. I started going on that when Coleman said he wants to get to Spain. Straight away I knew, okay, that's an opening. And then I developed that. I said, where do you want to be? On the beach, in the mountains? And then I could even develop that further. What type of place would you like? Would you like a place with a big veranda? How close to the beach? And various other. You could even build a house almost with him. How many bedrooms would you like, etc. Then it gives you an idea of what he wants. And it's important. It's important to him, so it should be important to you to understand that. Listen to people emphatically with emphasis, with emphaticism. Affirm and reflect. Sounds like a challenge. How are you managing that? I said to him, look, what are you doing about it? And that's important. How are you getting there? That's what you want to achieve. What are you doing to get there? A lot of people haven't even thought about that. You haven't thought about the goal. They want something, but they haven't really thought. They're looking, but they don't know what they're looking for. So again, if you ask things like that, it's important. Again, and you can even ask people, is it stressful trying to find something new? Is it something that you've been looking for a long time? And if somebody says, oh, they have been doing something else, and it's okay, what made you go for that? And is that helping you achieve what are you going to achieve what you want to achieve in 24 months with what you're doing? You can actually ask more questions about that. So that's a good way as well. So the follow-up phase is really training on how people follow up, and engagement and trust. And the follow-up bit was where you get back to people and talk about it. But you first got to go through the discovery phase before you get to the follow-up. And you need to transition from discovery to follow-up easily. You don't need to make it a planned thing. Understand where people are, they are, like I said before, build rapport, create comfortable atmosphere. Key questions: how life at the moment, etc. What are you up to these days? And that's part of the discovery. I like to call it discovery, because you're discovering what people want. What you're working for. You can write these things down as well. It's worth writing things down. Questions down that you might ask. They need to be open questions, not questions where you get yes no answers. If you're going to just get yes no answers, that's not a conversation. Okay, and then somebody closes up on you. They don't actually open up, and you want them to open up, really. So it's important. Actively listen, to people's situation and the discovery phase. That's important as well. And you could even, if you're on a Zoom, you can also have a pad there where you can write things down. If you forget things, you can actually, start doing that. So then I introduced the concept. So I introduced the fact that I've got 3 videos. One's made a big impact on my life. Okay, I'd like to share them with you. So this time, let's work it slightly different, Coleman. I want you to sort of be a successful businessman, who loves taking risks, but who actually doesn't need money. So if you want to do that, that'd be good.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to you, Coleman. Coleman, so business is doing really well at the moment, I see, yeah?
Yeah, extremely busy. We've
Yeah.
got a couple of launches happening over the next 3 to 12 months. So yeah, busy.
Okay, brilliant. Listen, the reason I called you, Coleman, is I know you're the sort of person I really like to get advice from, because you've been so successful in your life, and I'd like you to review some stuff for me. The main reason is because I want you to give me an impression of what you think. I've got 3 videos that I'd like to share with you. One of them's made a massive impact on my life, And what I want you to do is have a look at them. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's no problem at all. Yeah, I'm always open to seeing what's in the marketplace and what I can
Yeah.
learn from it, you know.
Okay, brilliant. And then I'll go through the same process, set up a date, set up a time, ask him if he's free now. You know, always the best thing. If you're free now, why not get it done now? Don't wait. Get it done there and then. Get them on the Zoom or even on a WhatsApp call even. You can get them on WhatsApp, get them to watch it while you're with them on it and listening to them watching it, whatever you want to do really. But as soon as you can, get them to be there. Okay, so that's important. So then the next bit is getting back to them. So you get back to them on this, and you've already gone through the process. So you've introduced the concept, what's the best way, email, WhatsApp, etc., because these are the other ways of introducing it to people. I'll send you an email with the links. I'll send you on WhatsApp, the videos on the WhatsApp or whatever. These are the other ways to share the information. And then I'll put there the calendar because you need to know a date and time to get back to them. So you introduce that all to them, and then you set up expectations by actually saying you'll call them back. Make sure that you already set them up for that. And again, you know, say, look, listen, the reason I'm letting you watch these, or I'm giving you these to watch, is you can say this several times. Sometimes you can say it 2 or 3 times. The first video made a massive impact on me, Coleman. So I want you to really watch these and let me know what you think. Okay, so then you get back to them on the day. So on the day that you agreed. So you follow up. The follow up phase is really the most important, and a lot of people don't do this. The reason why is because they've never set it up in the first place. So they don't follow up. They go back or they send a message in WhatsApp and say, "What did you think about the videos?" And you know, the person might say, "Yeah, they were good." And how do they move on from there? Okay, you've got yourself stuck. You want to move into this in a very, very easy way, comfortable, like you're in your front room talking to somebody. So what you want to do is once you've set up the follow-up, you get back and you say, what did you like best about the videos? Which one appealed to you the most? Always ask positive things and let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk as much as they want. You know, what resonated with you the most? You know, are any of those, do you relate to any of those things that you saw in the video? You know, build up that sort of connection again with them because they were willing to look at the videos. Now ask them. They may go straight to Manoj. I know one person that's joined the business and she joined literally on Manoj. She didn't care what the rest was, and that's amazing because you know she saw the fact she wants to be involved in what he's doing, and by being involved in Truly, she's now involved in the whole project, which is fantastic. In fact, she's one of the ones who wanted to go straight to see Manoj, and she's flying over from Ireland to meet me, you know, from Manchester Airport. So we're going down to meet Manoj. So the fact that somebody's willing to come over to meet Manoj means it just shows how important that person is to them in terms of what he's doing. He's created a big impression on her. Okay, so yeah, so this part is really important. So find out things. Don't just let it quickly go into a sale mode or anything like that, because that's what you don't want to do. You want to transition into a purchase. So again, Coleman, I'll get back to you now and I'll see what you thought. So Coleman, what did you like best about the videos?
It's very impressive. I like the billions in change and the fact that
Uh-huh.
this is helping humanity.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, that kind of struck a chord with me.
Okay.
And also the products are simple, but
Uh-huh.
like a lot of people out there are dehydrated, and a lot of people
Uh-huh.
need, like myself personally, I don't like drinking water. I hate the
Yeah.
taste of it, and I find it a
Okay.
challenge, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's really good. I'm glad you feel like that. And then I'll develop it. I'll say, okay, Kyle, and you know, I felt the same way. I'll tell him what I felt and what inspired me, and then I'll let out in terms of what I felt about it, which might be completely different to it, but I'll also relate to the things he says. And then I'd end up with saying, look, Colin, the best way for you to actually get involved with us is to taste the product. Now, I haven't said anything about joining anything, paying for anything, or anything. So the next step is let's get you some product. Okay. And then Coleman, what do you say? You say, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. And then I say, okay, well, let's do this then. And again, I do this with them there. I don't just send them links. A lot of you are sending links and let people do everything. I'll get the link to them and I'll say, come on, let's get on a Zoom call, and I'll put you in. How important is this person to you? Think about this, guys. Yeah. If a person makes a purchase, okay, it might be, let's say, for example, the 6x6. Okay, in the first 45 days, you're getting 30% on that. This is just from a monetary point of view, let alone everything else. So from a monetary point of view, you're getting 30% in the first 45 days. Do you realize that every time Coleman purchases, the company is going to pay you something? Every single time. He's not paying it out of his money. The company's paying it out of their money, okay? So now let's say, I don't know, let's say the amount they're paying you is like I don't know, £10, let's say. So they're paying you £10 every time he purchases. He's purchasing on a monthly basis. Now we're not even taking it to him to introduce anyone, just himself. So then work that over 10 years. Because remember, this product is for life, okay? I doubt anyone will stop after 10 years, but let's say it's 10 years, right? 10 years times 12 times 10. That's a lot of money from just one person. Do you understand how important this person is to you? Now bring the other factors. Bring in the factor that Coleman might bring some people in. Bring that in and bring that volume in. One person can have such an impact on your life without you realizing it. It might be small at first, okay, but that will grow and grow and grow. You know, it's amazing. I remember being in a meeting years ago, and there's only 5 of us in that meeting. And about 2 years later, there was about, well, in the meeting, there was a few hundred, but in the whole team, there's over 6,000. And now I made that year 100,000 in 1 year. I mean, that's phenomenal if you think about it. And that's because we help people, help people, help people. And that's what it's all about. So my objective here is not to think about the profit I'm making back home from Coleman, but help Coleman reach the goal that he said he wanted to get to. And by doing that, I can help him get to where he wants to. That's all that's on my mind. How can I help this person get what they want? And that's what I'm always thinking about. I'm not thinking about myself because I know it'll come anyway. And don't think of this as a get rich quick scheme, because it isn't. It's a few years to earn a good income, okay? But that income is residual and that income is passive. Okay, you could walk away at one stage. So, you know, that's the important thing, is we're building this not just to help you create a large team and a future income, but we're building it so that the teachers teach the teachers to teach the teachers, so some of those teachers can leave. So you'll be in a position where you don't have to be involved with all that if you don't want to. I love it, so I do get involved in it. I do love doing it. So I love teaching other people to learn new skills, new ways of doing things. And I was, you know, I mean, Coleman, tell us truthfully, right, before you came into the industry, where were you in terms of contacting people, speaking to people, and everything else? How was that with you?
I'll be quite honest, like I stepped back from networking years ago and I went down the road of digital marketing and sales, like corporate sales. So initially I had to relearn a lot of what I had forgot over the years because I was involved in direct sales for 20 plus years. But it's amazing how it starts to come back to you. And there is a formula. It's step 1, 2, 3. You just keep it simple, connect, introduce, follow up. That's it. I just keep those 3. I know exactly if somebody says to me, "Oh, such and such is at this stage and this stage." I know then it's step 3. If somebody comes back to me, well, they've done this and this. I know it's step 1. I always know it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. You know.
Yeah, no, that's so, and that's also reminds me of something, Colin. You know, when I go to people and I say, okay, what are you doing with this person? Inevitably, because you've done it so long, you know, the 3 steps, you can tell where people are. You can also tell where they need a bit of help, because there are stages that you follow, and if you follow them correctly, you never go wrong, really. You know, people have gone right through the process. There might be a not now person, but the people who go through from the rest of the stages should be joining every single time once you've got that right. The formula is very easy. You don't have to have lots of rejection. I very rarely get any rejection, very, very rarely. I don't even remember the last time I got a rejection. So the point is here is you're not looking for rejection. You're looking for a relationship. You're looking for building your community. You want people to be part of that. So the transition from them seeing the videos to then the follow-up needs to be really straightforward. You know, you're ready to get started. Make sure that they say to me, you know, you need to start experiencing the benefits for yourself. Once you get your Truly Hydration products, it's simple as adding it into your daily routine. You'll start noting how it helps and reduces your muscle damage. I'll talk about my own testimony as well, because sometimes, or you know, if you haven't got one, use someone else's. You know, there's a guy called Derek, and this is what happened to him. Or there's a guy called Common. You know, delay your fatigue will actually be helped. You know, accelerate recovery if you're a sports person. You know, all these things can be said, and it's a transition. It's a very, very straightforward. There's no closing of anybody. You're going straight from follow-up straight to the experiencing the products, you know, and that's how easy. And then you repeat, because after that you basically go on to, you know, explain the next steps, which is, you know, the 2 cans. Again, this is really important. Okay, one of the things you need to understand, Coleman, is when you're drinking the product, to really get the benefits, you need to have 2 cans a day for at least 2 to 3 weeks. That allows your cells to be saturated with the water. Now, because they work on a cellular basis, as you saw in the video, your whole body is going to be saturated, and you might find that you actually, you know, for me, for example, I used to go get up and go to the toilet every 5 times a night, but now it's only once, because the body is actually saturated with water in the right place in the cells, and it doesn't need all to be flushed out. So you'll have them two cans a day for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then you can go into maintenance mode, where you actually just have 1 can a day, 1 can every other day. You may have, I occasionally have 2 cans in one day. You know, that's entirely up to you. You'll determine that. Your body tells you what it needs. You'll know whether you're needing more than 1 can a day, etc. You know, your energy levels will be up. Talk about all the positive stuff that'll happen. Again, this is all part of the process. And then, Coleman, do you know anyone else in your circle of friends, etc., that might benefit from this?
Definitely, yeah. There'd be a few people I would know that I could connect with. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So name one or two to me. Name one or two.
there'd be Michael, John, and Francis.
Okay, Michael, John, and Francis. Okay, write them down now, Coleman. Okay, write them down on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So what I want you to do, you see the 3 videos I've sent you?
Yeah.
I want you to just say to them something similar to me, like tell them that one of those videos had a big impact on you, and send them the 3 videos. I mean, you've seen what I've done with you. Now, can you duplicate that? If you need any help, obviously talk to me. But you think you can do that by sharing it with a few people?
Yeah, I've no problem sending out 3 videos. Yeah.
Okay, can we do that now, Coleman, so you can see the benefit of how this works?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So send them by WhatsApp or whatever. Send a message. Get that done. Okay. So let me know when you've done that. Okay. So it might not be that you're waiting for them. You'll just, you know, message them and say, okay, Coleman, have you done it? But the point now is, before he's even got his products, you've got 3 people watching the videos. Can you see how smooth this is? You're not really working hard at this, and you're helping Coleman get started. Now, the other thing I'll talk about is that when people get 3, they get free. So Coleman, you know the cost of this, right? It's really, really good, right? When you let's assume these 3, they may or may not want it, but let's say assume the 3 people that you have approached now, they decide they want to, you know, buy the product. So they start buying the product. Guess what? Yours is free now. How does that feel?
That's fantastic. And if I can help enough people get it for free, happy days.
Yeah, and then beyond that, obviously there's profits. So can you see how this can work towards helping you get your place in Spain?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it might take a bit of time. It's not going to happen overnight, but I tell you what, I'm willing to help you do that, and I'm here to help you all the way and every step of the way to help you, you know, achieve that, and that's what my goal is. So at the end of the day, I know what you want. So because I know what you want, and you told me truthfully and honestly, I can help you achieve that, and I'd like to be involved in your journey as well. Does that sound
Brilliant.
good to you?
Yeah, brilliant. And is this available in Spain at the moment?
Yes, it is in Spain. We've only launched into Europe now, so you're at the very beginning of this trend, if you like, into Europe. So you're going to be very, very fortunate actually, because it's literally just starting.
Brilliant. Sounds good.
Yeah. So then, and then really it's about, you know, experiencing it and then growing the businesses. So really about people being part of the community, bring them into these meetings. You know, that's the whole point. Bring them into these meetings so they can actually get a feel of what it's all about. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share the 3 videos, okay? And then we're going to break, and then we're going to actually have some people ask questions or discuss things or whatever. We'll just see how it goes. I'm not dictating what happens. So let me just get the video page up, and I'll bring them up so you can see what they are.
How do you bring lights to billions of people, prevent millions of tons of air pollution, and ensure clean water for everyone? Watch. My name is Manoj Bhargav, and most people know me as the founder of 5 Hour Energy. If you have wealth, it's a duty to help those who are less privileged. What is it that we can do that can make an enormous difference? The answer is invent stuff. A third of the world has no electricity. How can we get electricity to their home? Let's go for simple. This is what we're calling a power pack. For a household, you have this as your entire electricity source. Never get an electric bill again. It can run a fan, a TV, computer, mobile phone, and lights for up to several hours. You can charge this from the bicycle, you can charge it from solar, and if you want more electricity than that, there's a solar briefcase. It's easy to carry and really easy to use. The solar briefcase will charge the power pack in just a few hours. I visited some villages and we found out that for them, one light bulb, their whole evening is productive. They're working, the kids studying. You can use it for small TVs, fans, tablets, computers. If you have one of these, you never get an electric bill. This is how you're supposed to use solar. It's so cool. Regarding the water projects that we're doing, we made this thing that turns brackish water into fresh water. It'll change the lives of millions of people. So we think the future for the next several years is this. In agriculture, we discovered that you can make fertilizer in 18 days with no money. It doubles produce and uses half the water. If you follow the instructions, you can make it yourself. We're actually going to put it on the internet, and it's free. We went from 50 to 40,000 farms. In 5 years, I expect it to be in several million farms. We're affecting water shortages, and you're getting healthier food. And the farmers up the money they're making by 10 times. With one simple change. When you make a change at the very base, everything works above it. Getting the fertilizer out there, getting electricity out there, getting water out there. That's all that matters. It's time to stop talking about awareness and inspiration. It's time to do something. Let's do something really great.
Okay, so I'm going to play the other 2 videos. What I want you to do, just think about that video that you just seen, right? It made an impact on a lot of people, and to be part of such a project is just brilliant, really, in terms of where we are and where we're going. So what I want you to think about is that, you know, people will ask you questions, and if you've seen the video, well, you're going to be able to now tell people, talk about it with them, and that's the important bit. So the next video I'm going to play will be coming up, and it's so inspirational to be part of that. And there's not many projects that you can talk about these days that can be part of such a big project as well. They really are. It's really something else, and I'm really inspired by it. So here we go.
Imagine a world where everyone has access to clean, refreshing hydration. A world where every sip you take not only quenches your thirst, but also helps someone in need. At Truly Collection, we believe in the power of hydration. Our premium hydration drinks are crafted to nourish your body with essential electrolytes and flavors you'll love. But our mission goes beyond just hydration. We're on a journey to hydrate billions of people around the globe, especially in developing countries where access to clean water is a daily challenge. Through our initiative, Billions in Change, every purchase of Truly Collection hydration drinks contributes to providing clean water and hydration solutions to millions who need it the most. Join us by partnering with Truly Collection. You're not just becoming a part of a brand, you're becoming part of a global mission to make a real difference. Together, we can create a ripple effect of change. Together, we can hydrate the world. Visit trulycollection.com today to try our completely unique hydration drinks and become a partner in this incredible journey.
Again, that's a great video. And see what I've done? I usually send the first video so people can watch that first. And then I send it in that order. Doesn't mean they're going to be watching in that order, but what it does mean is that you're giving people a chance to, you know, see what's happening, and they can link them. And that's the important bit. They can see what the first video showed. Then I send that as a second video. And there's a third video, which I'm going to show you. And then we'll have a quick stop and discussion. But these are very powerful, really, I must admit. You don't need any more than this to promote the opportunity. You really don't. I have people joining who don't even see the comp plan. You know, you don't need a comp plan to get people involved in this. Even networkers are joining just because of the way it sort of sucks them in the project and everything else.
What if our understanding of water and hydration is flawed? Water is the essence of life, making up 60% of our entire body. We drink it daily and believe we're effectively hydrating ourselves. And yet most of us remain dehydrated. So what's going on? The challenge is that our water has lost most of its ancient benefits. Long ago, water was a pure and potent source of hydration, naturally infused with the vital minerals from the air. Now, modern contamination in chemical treatment has significantly reduced its natural potency and balance. The truth is that neither water nor existing hydration drinks are adapted to fully meet our modern hydration needs. Effective intracellular hydration requires three things. Firstly, ultra-pure water, because it absorbs everything. We remove any impurities that can affect us and add only what's needed, the right mix of minerals. We then add essential electrolytes to support proper cell function in a way to get them both into your cells. Water, electrolytes, and amino acids get blended to the proper osmolality, or concentration, to ensure everything gets effectively absorbed by your cells. The reason most of us are dehydrated is because we don't drink enough, and most solutions don't meet all three requirements. For example, because water alone lacks the essential minerals. It will quickly dilute your cells' electrolytes and pass through your system with minimal benefit. On the flip side, many hydration drinks contain high amounts of salt and sugar. Those high in sugar, while providing a quick energy boost, have to be digested and take longer to hydrate you. Drinks heavy in salt also present another issue. Not only can they prevent water absorption into your cells, but they can also draw water out of them. The result, hydration occurs around your cells, but not within them. When your body doesn't get hydrated at a cellular level, you continue the cycle of dehydration. And dehydration isn't just uncomfortable, it can seriously disrupt your day and overall health, from poor sleep and high blood pressure to muscle cramps, premature aging, and digestive issues. The impacts can be significant. The good news is there is a way to unlock deep, effective hydration for your cells. It's called True Hydration. True Hydration is like the Goldilocks of hydration solutions. Not too much, not too little, just right. It channels all the benefits of ancient water, allowing it to get absorbed quickly into the body without using sugar or salt, while delivering the right balance of minerals to your cells for deeper, longer-lasting hydration. So how does it work? True Hydration uses ultra-pure water. As used in IV drips, infused with a unique blend of minerals and transport agents. This ideal mix creates deep hydration within your cells, helping it not to only reach the core, but to stay there for extended hydration. True hydration gives your body everything it needs for intracellular hydration, so you can break the cycle of dehydration and perform at your best. Rethink how proper hydration can make a daily difference with True Hydration. Ask your hydration specialist about how to make the switch today.
Okay, you can see how they're all interlinked. Now I invite you all, the ones with cameras, to open up your cameras so we can see you all those lovely smiling faces. And I'll hand you over to Coleman for a few minutes.
Thank you, Derek. Really appreciate that, guys. I hope that made sense for you, and I hope it's showing you how simplified that this can be. That we don't need to reinvent the wheel. That we have a simple 3-step process that we use over and over again. Just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I was just checking to see was there any questions there. I didn't see any questions. Has anybody any questions that they would like to mention just before we move on to the next stage? Don't be shy.
It's only a quick observation, Coleman, for the future meetings and slides. I don't know whether anyone else has got it, but I've got quite a thick black line, a box going across the top of my screen on your slides.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I think that's something to do with the little toolbar that pops up in Zoom. So we'll kind of look into that for the next one. I appreciate that. Thank you, Paul. Anything else anybody wants to add there, guys? And I'll just check if there's any questions in the chat box. I don't see any questions there. So I suppose a big thing, we'd need to kind of get your feedback on the training. Is there anything you'd like us to add that would be helpful for you, or any challenges that you're finding yourself moving forward? If you just want to maybe open up your mic and mention that.
I would like to have access to the slides that when Derek was explaining the different process of transitioning from connecting to discovery, to follow up, and all the different bullet points he had on those slides would be great if I could.
Yeah, I can share those. No problem at all. No problem.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we're very transparent with our trainings. We're going to record them, obviously, so you can watch them over again. And then if you want access to slides, that's no problem.
Thanks.
Anyone want to mention? Yeah, I'm not asking for just feedback, but would anyone think that the training was good one, bad one, indifferent?
Hi, Derek.
Hi, Robert.
Yeah, Coleman, excellent. This is I like the way it's been put forward. You have to keep it simple, and as you said, it's let the videos do the work for you, because the videos, as you said, it satisfies many people on different levels. The people who are givers, who like the legacy side of what Manoj is doing, and those people will get it straight away, because they understand the power of how drinking. You all have to drink water, but when you drink the water that with truly, it's not only helping yourself, but helping your family and your friends, but also the world. So the videos, it's actually, as you pointed out, it has to be done. And if you leave it to people, they will not perhaps get the depth of how powerful they are. So doing it with them, actually, it's going to have a much better impact than you just sending the videos and expecting them to get it all. So this kind of training is ideal. Perhaps we could invite new people to this and just do like what you said, the videos, and let them ask questions. And the good thing about the whole setup is all about building the relationship. And I think that's critical, because if we come out as trying to sell it, then we lose the plot. But if we focus on building the relationship, and for people to understand the value of what they've got here, that this is a gift, that, we all been in business long enough, and we know that most people focus on the money. Here, yes, the money is important, but it will come, as you said, it's not a get rich quick. but it's a very good way to build relationships and trust, and use Manoj's story, because that's what really we are all of us on this call are blessed because of his powerful story, his legacy, and for him to give 99% of his wealth back to humanity. That's a big one for me. That's why I got involved, because I saw the power of giving. Caring is sharing. So yes, I think we should focus on keeping it simple, keeping it short, play the videos, not doing too much. Don't waste our time with the compensation plan, because that can come stage 2. But stage 1 is just inviting people to see how they feel when they listen to the 3 videos. So perfect.
Thank you, Robert, for those comments. Yeah, guys, those 3 videos are very powerful. Put together, they're very, very powerful. They cover a whole array of things, from the fact that he's putting 99% towards the project, the fact that every can we sell is taking somebody out of poverty. Imagine that. Every can you buy for yourself is taking out, and not only that, it's having a health that it's helping you with your own health. I mean, that in itself is massive. You help yourself with your own health, and then you're taking people out of poverty. That's great. So anyone else want to say anything? Any comments?
Yeah, I like the fact
Nigel.
that it was. How you doing? I like the fact that it wasn't about sales. Selling. It was just a very, very casual, informed way of like pushing the product, which I thought was brilliant. Because I'm very adverse to sales anyway. So, it's nice to see that, and the natural and casual way it came across, and how you can present the videos, because the videos do a lot of the work, most of the work for you, actually. Very informative, and they're very sequential. So, I thought that was very good.
Yeah, thank you, Nigel. Are you fairly new to the business? Have you been?
Yeah.
No,
very new.
When have you joined?
A few months ago.
A few months ago. Okay, great.
Yeah.
And you live in where?
Manchester.
Oh, not far from me then. Okay.
I live
in the Peak District.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
The hills.
Just north of Buxton. So not very far.
Nice.
I often go into Manchester. That's our biggest town. I was at the Trafford Centre last weekend, so yeah, I often go into Manchester. Yeah, cool.
Buxton's lovely.
Yeah, it's lovely. That's why I moved. Yeah. The only thing is, like tonight, as you can see, it's going to be very cold. We're actually expecting a blizzard tonight.
Bit of snow, I know. Yeah,
it's going to be quite bad. So we'll wait and see. And my town where I live, Peakdale's a bit higher than Buxton itself, so it gets even more snow than Buxton. But we're looking forward to it. Bit of white for a change.
Derek, you mentioned the word Buxton.
Yes.
That's where the Buxton is that the water which
That's right. Yeah.
So now the thing is, what most people I'm sure people here on the call are aware.
Yeah.
But the water that people are drinking from the plastic is really not good, because it's putting plastic into your system. So we need to educate people who think that, yes, I'm drinking spring water, Buxton water, whichever water it's called. But the reason why Manoj chose to put his drink in cans was because you're not getting any plastic in it.
No,
and
there's
people
a special
said,
coating in there as well. There's a special
exactly.
Coating. Yeah.
And that's what one of the questions that was asked was, how safe is cans? But the Manoj just spent a lot of money developing, how this system to make sure that it's quite safe, because it's coated. So you're going to get that question asked, people saying, oh, it's got, you're getting stuff from the can. You're not, it's protected.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, it's this is a unique product. And, having been in nutrition most of my life, I understand the uniqueness of it. And what's really, really good is that, I don't know how many of you heard of my but I'll put it on the group, but my testimonial is just awesome. It's probably the best testimonial I've ever had on a health product ever in my life. So, from my point of view, it's just amazing, because I wasn't in for the products. I actually came in because of the Manoj story. I wanted to be part of it. And I thought, okay, we got to sell some water for it. That's fine. I didn't know it would impact my health to the extent it has. So that makes me even more passionate about it, you know, it's from that point of view.
Yeah,
But I don't lead with that. I don't lead with that.
No, I was saying to Robert that I came across Manoj about 2 years ago.
Oh
I was
yes,
just
yeah.
on just on social media, and I thought,
Yeah.
oh, that's fantastic. What a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
So I wish all millionaires could be like him. So then I found out that he was, because I didn't even know he was, owning this company,
Yeah.
and I found out it was him. I was like, wow, that's brilliant. That was really
So
nice.
it's meant to be. I've had a few people who've said that they've seen him before and they said, "Wow, okay, we're part of his business now," and quite a few are coming. Yeah, I hope you're coming to Luton to meet him.
Yes, I am actually.
Yes,
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah,
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'll see you there. So what?
And
Just
so-
out of interest, Nigel, what do you do?
My background's IT. I'm an IT
Okay,
engineer,
an IT guy. Okay.
but I've got a lot of background in health and wellness and fitness
Okay, cool.
and
So
nutrition. Yeah.
so that was the button for you, the health and wellness thing, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right, brilliant. Yeah.
So when you consider, Nigel, when you just playing those videos to the professionals like in doctors and people like that, because most of the people who've got health issues, a lot of it's to do with hydration. So
Yeah, that's at the core
it's
of
a
it.
huge
Yeah.
market, really.
Yeah.
If you focus on the medical people, because they are supposed to be educating people to drink more healthy water. But
Yeah.
because, as Derek said, most of us don't like the taste of the tap water. So
It's
this
vile,
is
isn't it? It's vile. Yeah.
It's got worse over the years, I think. I'm sure it has. Because I've got a thing about taste, and all my life I used to be a chef for about 40 years, and taste was very, very important to me, making up different recipes, etc. And I've noticed, I can tell in different parts of the country what the water's like, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing how it.
I've not drunk tap water for many, many years.
No,
I've
I
filtered
haven't
water. Yeah.
I will admit I was drinking Buxton water, but I drink it straight from the pipes, right? So I then found out that if you go deep enough in Buxton, the pipes are lead.
Oh no.
The water's
Counterproductive.
coming. Apparently, well, the water's fantastic. Don't get me right; it's coming to us 4,000 years later. Okay,
Yeah.
so the minerals and everything else that are being pulled up are brilliant, but it's coming through lead pipes to us. So
It's giving you lead poisoning. Great.
yeah, sad, isn't it? Sad, really. Yeah. And then they put them in bottles to make it even, plastic bottles to sell it on. So yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Good. Anyone else want to say anything at all?
Yeah, could
Hi,
I?
Paul. Yeah.
Yeah,
go on,
hi.
Paul.
I love it. Yeah, great presentation, great session tonight, Derek. If I could suggest something for people, because a lot of people say, yeah, I'm going to contact a few people, and then they get a little bit hesitant because they go, well, we've been friends for years, but we haven't spoke for ages. So as soon as I get in touch, they think I'm going to want to sell them something, right? So, I better not call him. I might call her, and I might not. Well, here's a better way for you to get in recontacted with them, but they contact you. Would that be okay?
Sorry, what you're saying?
Well, instead of you contacting them to reignite,
yes,
would you like a way for them to contact you to reignite?
Of course we would. Of course we would.
Absolutely. Now, I know you don't. Most of you don't go on Facebook, do you? You don't waste your whole day on Facebook, right? Nobody here goes on Facebook, do they? Yes, you do. Here's a way that works. I found that works for me, and it always has done. And I go back to. I think, I forgot about that. We have lots of friends. So if you go into your name and then you go into friends, and it shows you all the photographs of your friends, and you can send them an instant message, or you can just click on their name and it shows you what they've done this week and what they've eaten this week and what plane they've been on and stuff like that. Especially me, I've just been to Ireland to see my first grandchild. So if you just spend a few minutes homework, just going down their page and seeing what they've done this week, and just not just liking a few things, but like it and make a funny comment with it. And every now and again, if they've got a funny joke or a little animal thing, whatever it is, share it, because they will see that you've shared it. Now, you haven't been in touch with them for a little while. And all of a sudden they go, hang on a minute, Paul's been looking at my site this week and he's liked several things and he shared a few things. I didn't know he was still watching what I was doing. Well, all of a sudden, Marissa gets people messaging her saying, hi, Marissa, I see you've messaged, you've liked a few things, you've shared a few things. Thanks for doing it. How are you doing? Well, funny you should mention that. I'm doing really good now. I wasn't too well, but I'm starting to feel a lot better now because I've just got into something. And if you happen to have a little video call while you're doing that, there's a reason that our holes on our cans are that way, because when you drink from it, it shows the name. But if you're posh, you can just hold the glass up. I'm not drinking wine. It's that. So if
No,
you did
that's
that,
really good. That's really good.
if you did that for
Nigel.
3 or 4, if you did that to
Oh.
3 or 4 people a week,
Yeah.
and you reconnected with your friends without reconnecting with your friends, because you can actually see what they're doing. So therefore, when they contact you and say, how are you doing, which is really what you wanted to do, you already know what they're doing. So the conversation actually is easier and lighter. And all of a sudden they go, oh, yeah, but yeah, I saw that. That was funny. And you went to such and such. I've always wanted to go to that restaurant. They go, oh, how did you know? Because you've done a little bit of homework. So now they're asking me more questions.
Yeah.
How are you doing? What are you up to?
Well, I got a little something for you, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you if you don't mind.
Uh-huh.
A little something for us. Next week, we're doing social media. So we are volunteering you into that.
Oh, well,
it just so
okay.
happens. So
Yeah.
Colin and I will fill you in. Don't worry, we'll keep in touch.
All
and
right,
we'll fill you
okay.
in.
I've got
and you
another
can add
little
a few things.
secret trick called that I used to use called Hi Dave.
Save it for next week.
I'll save it for next week. All right,
yeah,
okay.
Because there's quite a few things. Social media guys have moved on in leaps and bounds, and particularly things like chat, AI, and chat GPT and all that. They've moved on in leaps and bounds. You don't have to do half the things you do. I've posted a few comments this week in people's chat, and these people have come back to me and said, oh, wow, that was such a lovely thing to say. And I thought, blimey, I didn't think about those words, but chat did. And, I tell you, it's just amazing now how many relationships I'm starting to strike up without actually thinking about it as such. I just put a little prompt into ChatGPT about what I want to say about the person, or I'll even copy and paste their comment, and they've asked for a question to be answered. I'll paste it into ChatGPT and I'll get the answer,
Right.
and I can choose. And if I don't like it, I'll change it. So guys, we're going to show you some futuristic stuff next week that, a lot of people are not doing yet. All those slides, by the way, that were created for me by chat, and that was really good. Coleman's were created by Canva, and I know you spent a bit of time, but I did 16 slides in about, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I just gave the chat my requests in terms of what I wanted on the slides, and away you go. So it's really good, and it can do all kinds of things. So again, we'll be talking more about that, because it's about starting relationships, and starting relationships even with people that are on your friends list but you've not contacted. And if you do say the right things in the right way, it's amazing how you get responses from people. It really is, and it's powerful. I will never ever have to get cold leads ever, because I know I've got enough in all the contacts I've got. And again, if you want to make more contacts, we can show you how to get that on your social media. It's a big thing now. So at one time I never really thought much of it, and even on LinkedIn now I'm getting responses from people on things I'm saying to them. So yeah, and you don't have to be clever. That's a good thing. I'm not clever. I just with words anyway. But the thing is, I learned to do it cleverly. Okay, if you learn to do it in a clever way, you don't have to be clever. Okay, use the tools that are available, and you'll be amazed what you can do.
Working
Coleman,
smart, you're saying, Derek?
Sorry?
Working smart.
Working smart, yes. And gosh, guys, I only spend about 2 or 3 hours a week on this. That's it. If you guys are spending more than that, you're not working smart, definitely. And I signed up 3-4 people last week. Okay, so I'm not bragging here. I'm trying to show you that what's available for you if you work smart and if you keep things tight, because I do. I actually try and send that information within 24 hours max. I'll send it next day, or I'll do it there and then. I'll say, okay, watch it now, let's talk. Because at the end of the day, I don't want it to drag and drag and drag and drag into the future. I know people who've said to me 3-4 weeks later, oh, I haven't followed up yet, or I've asked them if they're busy, or they haven't watched the video yet. Well, they haven't watched the videos because you never made it an important enough reason. If you give a person an important enough reason to watch it, they'll watch it. And if you say to them you're going to discuss it afterwards. You make them an important person. You know, like a doctor, for example. We've got 3 doctors in the team. You know, if you let them watch that video and you make it an important thing where they're reviewing it for you, giving them the importance, then they'll come back and say, wow, you know, that's really good, that's powerful, etc. And then get involved if they're in that place. It depends where they are in their lives. You know, so at the end of the day, it's important to sort of be open to using all these tools and using all these simple ways. We're not talking about complicated ways, simple ways. It's all about simplicity. Coleman, anything else you want to add before we go? I don't want to make it more than 2.5 hours, 1.5 hours, really.
Yeah, just the fact you were chatting about ChatGPT there, actually with our Now site that we have the little avatar in there.
That's another one we're going to have to do some training on.
Yeah, I was using ChatGPT there last week I use AI for doing videos as well for my TikTok.
Yeah.
And I said, right, I'll go in and ask the avatar instead. And I went into the avatar inside our Truly back office.
I know, it's very good. It's very
and I
good.
just asked him a question. I said, write me a script for a True Hydration TikTok video.
Yeah.
And I wrote a brilliant script. I then put that into the AI and it made me a video.
Yeah.
You know, and
this
that
is
video,
how powerful the tools. And this is free from Truly, by the way. You've actually got this product free in your back office. What we intend to do is start making it look as good as we can, and then teaching you how to use it properly. Because the thing is, it is technical, but it's not, if you know what I mean. It just needs to be shown. And I think with everything, you know, when I was a chef, I had to teach people how to cut tomatoes. I had to teach people how to hold a knife. Once you teach people the basics and they've gone through that process, then it's easy to use. Sometimes it's a bit awesome, like they're a bit overwhelmed by it because there's a lot of it. And there is. If you look at it, you wouldn't know what you're doing. But, you know, I'm sure Coleman, who's had years of experience of that sort of thing, can actually, in fact, Coleman can be the main person next week, and then I'll get Paul to also help with him, and I'll be in the background.
no way, sounds
So
like a
we'll
plan.
do that. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, well, thank you everyone for tonight. Thank you for attending, and hopefully we can get more of you showing your lovely faces on camera next week. And
Eric?
yeah, let's get to know each other. Yes,
Eric,
Robert.
this do you know at Luton who have they got a designated place? Do you know if they have got, because they haven't confirmed where they're meeting? Luton,
Yes.
who is quite big.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know where the actual room is that they're meeting in, but I know that we're having the afternoon tea halfway through, and we're meeting in one of the rooms. But there'll be big signposts there, and I think all the corporate team are going to be there as well. So it's we'll
Because somebody did call Luton who to ask them, but they said they didn't know. So
All right,
we need to
okay.
get the information from.
Yeah.
whoever's-
No,
who's-
I know
who's-
that there's already a discount for people who want to stay anyway. They only have to mention.
No,
to
that's the hotel. I'm talking about where the.
Oh, the
actual
hotel
meeting-
itself. Yeah, there's a on the actual hotel. There's actually a postcode. I think it was dropped into the group last week.
No,
We'll
we
drop
got the
it in again.
postcode, but
Yeah.
I don't think people know because they need to know where exactly to go for the event. So we need to get that information.
Yeah, I'll ask Rebecca. I don't think I know. I mean, I know it's a hotel. I know it's not that big. There'll be halls that you can go to. It'll be signposted, but you know, I'll ask Rebecca anyway and see what she says. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Great. Thank you, everyone. And look forward to seeing you next week where we'll be doing social media and maybe going over some of the stuff. You'll see that we repeat stuff as well regularly. And the point of that is to drum it in. If we repeat it enough times, then you will actually say things without thinking about it. A lot of the stuff I say is not something that I've just suddenly drummed out my head. It's things that I've learned over the years. And I use things that work, and the things that work is what I repeat. I don't repeat things that don't work. There's no point teaching you things that don't work or make it more complicated. So I will release the recording of this as well. Any more questions in there, Coleman? Can you see, or everything okay, straightforward?
Thanks, Derek and Coleman.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Look forward
Thank you
to-
very much.
Yeah, look forward
Goodbye.
to seeing you all on Sunday, by the way. Whoever's attending, look forward to seeing you on Sunday. I've met a lot of you online, and it'd be good to meet you in reality.
Yeah,
Definitely.
nice.
Look forward to that. Okay, then. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Have a great
Bye.
evening.
you.